My name is Travis Lee Bailey. I've been living in Moscow, Russia for the past 2.5 years. Currently, I'm working with a consultancy that was just approved by the Russian Ministry of Justice. What we're doing is we're going to help expats, particularly poor expats that can't afford legal representation, and we're going to provide them a lawyer to help them be able to navigate the incredibly complicated and the incredibly opaque legal system here. As far as a funny story, I was talking to my elderly lawyer friend today, and I don't have any funny stories per se. Russia is a country of dark humor and a dark history, and my stories are not necessarily funny. The lawyer that I spoke with this morning, he kind of felt the same way. He said it was kind of sad. He couldn't think offhand of a funny story. I have a lot of funny tragedies that are really terrible when they happen, but no funny stories per se. I guess kind of a funny story is I was on the television show Let's Get Married. I've been actually on several television shows as a lawyer, as an education expert, and this season I'm going to be on Ren TV as a sociology expert. And I'm also on the television show Let's Get Married. And I'm also in a movie called Trinity Sunday, and I play a Catholic priest that just came out in October of last year, 3 months ago. So the funny experience was with Let's Get Married. And in Let's Get Married, they sat me down, and the first thing that Larissa said was that my brothers were criminals, and I was quite angry about that, and I had secretly recorded it, the entire broadcast. They didn't show this online, and what happened was that at the very end I was kind of fed up with the broadcast. I could tell that they were treating me badly. I was the hero, and there were 3 heroines, and at that point, I was just fed up with the broadcast, and I walked out, and I took off my headphone and the battery pack that was on my back, and I walked out, and it was just this huge scandal, and everybody was like, "Why did you walk out? Why'd you run away?" And it was just that Larissa treated me bad, and so it was this huge scandal, and they keep replaying it, and people always ask me, "Oh, I saw you on TV," and it's one of their more popular episodes. So they learned a lot about American individuality that day. There were some other questions. What drives me? I have a passion for justice. That's the reason that I'm working for lawyers, and I'm trying to represent poor expats that don't understand Russian and don't understand the system. I'm really excited to start this organization, this consultancy firm. The drive for justice, and that every person is special, and every person is unique, and every person deserves a chance at a good life. That's what drives me. That's why I'm here in Russia. The thing is about Russia is that you can really, as an American especially, the opportunities are endless here. People just really gravitate towards everything America. Everybody wants to go to America, and they realize that there's so many opportunities there. And so it's just incredible. If you're a passionate person, and if you have ambition, then Russia is a land of endless opportunities. It's kind of the Wild West in the 21st century. As I've said before, it's a Wild West with Galaxy, or rather smartphones. It's the Wild West of smartphones. My dating life. Oh boy, my dating life. The thing about Russia, and especially Moscow, is that there's the Eurythmics song. Everybody is looking for something. Some of them want to be used, some of them want to be used by you. And the most beautiful women in the world are in Moscow, and they know they're the most beautiful women. And there's a saying that some of my friends have said is that no money, no honey. And it's all about money here. It's all about power, and it's all about the men. You get an idea really quickly. They're kind of jerks, but the women are just so beautiful. You don't realize that they're terrible until you've been here for a while. 70% of the people here have no soul. They talk a lot about the Russian soul, and 70% of the people in Moscow have no soul. It's an incredible country. It's an incredible city. Moscow is not Russia, and Russia is not Moscow. You have the most ambitious and cutthroat people here. So I don't date. I don't date per se. I fell in love with a girl, and I knew I was stupid. Her name was Anastasia, and she was. This is what she said. I don't work for the government officially, and she was. Who knows if she was a honeypot? She was definitely playing about 25 men along with me, and I knew it. And she broke my heart, and she manipulated me, and so now I don't date for love. Let's put it that way. You don't date for love if you're smart in Russia. You don't you don't date for love if you're smart in Moscow, and especially. Being away from American laws, I've had so many different issues with people here. Their misdemeanors are not. I'm a lawyer, and so misdemeanors are not enforced. It's only felonies that are enforced. Misdemeanors, you can, if you have no money, misdemeanors are not enforced. And I've had so many problems with landladies, and so many problems with people. That the laws on the book are strong, but they're not enforced. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Recently, my current roommate, this Asian, well, he's Russian, but he's Asian appearance. He's a thug, and he kicked the bench, and he tried to grab my phone, and it was all in front of a 17-year-old, and the police said nothing, and they did nothing, and then the police officer wanted to live with me, and all my contacts, all my Russian contacts says absolutely do not live with the police. The police are terrible people here, and they basically are. There's no humanity when they work. There may be humanity when they're having sex with their wives, and there may be humanity when they're with their kids, but when they're at work, they have no humanity. And it's such a shock, even as a lawyer, and that's been here for 2.5 years, it's such a shock to realize that you can't trust the police. And so I had this old lady that I was living with before, and she hit me in the face, and I did a video of it, and my friend was there, and the police did nothing. And it went nowhere. And she locked me out, and I sent it to my friends, and all my Moscow friends laughed at me. They didn't care. It's just a ruthless society. It could be fun in retrospect, but living here is not easy. It's a third world country with the facade of Europe. Moscow's beautiful, and there's so many opportunities, and it's never boring. And then the final question: tell something scary about living in Moscow. I already told you about the. I already told you about the landlady, the old landlady that beat me, broke my glasses. And then I told you about my Asian roommate. In America, he would have gone to jail. This all happened in front of a 17-year-old. And then another experience I had is that I had a guy with a butcher knife. He was twirling a butcher knife, and then he got me into a room with this woman that I knew, and then this man that her boyfriend and he started to grab the woman's hair and started to beat the guy's face because he wanted the guy to beat me, and then he hit me in the face. That was really scary. He had gold teeth and he was like grinding him like this. There was experiences where that was probably one of the worst ones, was I got hit in the face by a potential, I don't know if he was a pimp or what he was, but he was bad news. And I've just had some really incredible experiences. It's the Wild West here, the Wild West with smartphones. Travis Bailey, Moscow, Russia, surviving 2.5 years. Trinity Sunday, I'm a Catholic priest, on television several times, and then also on Let's Get Married, which was a trip. I hope you consider me for your show. I've been talking about doing a reality show here for the past 5 or 6 years, and I think it's a wonderful idea to bring our countries together. I'm here at the Red Square right there in the background. Thanks. Bye.